Hi, this is Stan Bush.
Hi, this is Stephanie Calvert.
This is John Payne.
This is Jack Hughes.
Hey everyone, this is BRITT Lightning from VIXEN.
Hi, I'm Carrie Stevens.
Hello, I'm Kofi Baker.
And you're listening to Play That Rock and Roll with Joe K.
One of the things I noticed about that show is that besides all the great Vixen music, I couldn't help but notice there was some Van Halen music mixed in there. Your cover of Ain't Talking About Love was awesome, and I noticed the little guitar cues here and there, which I thought was fantastic. Is that all by design as like a tribute and celebration of Eddie, or is that more just it's too much fun not to play?
A little bit of both. Well, Eddie's my favorite. He's the reason I picked up guitar to begin with. So always love to do a little nod to him. And, you know, we do like to sometimes throw a cover into the set, you know, towards the end of it if we have time. So, you know, Van Halen's one thing everybody can agree on in the band, you know. So, you know, Roxy likes a lot of heavy stuff, you know, Lorraine likes this, but everybody likes Van Halen, and, you know, and never trust anybody that doesn't. That's all I know.
Strong agree. Okay, obligatory. I'll bring up the one controversial part of Van Halen. Obligatory, stupid. Sammy versus Dave.
Oh man, well, I love them both, but you know, Dave.
Yeah, that's kind of the right answer. Although, you know, no shade to Sammy, right?
No, totally different band with Sammy.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Eddie for just a little bit. I mean, you said he's your favorite. He's obviously a huge inspiration, and you know, his legacy is shown through your playing. What about him makes him so special to you? What was it about his playing that made you want to learn how to play guitar and get into the music scene?
Well, when I first heard Eruption in a store when I was shopping with my mom, I didn't even know it was a guitar. It just blew my mind. I didn't really listen to a lot of rock and roll. I didn't have any, you know, older siblings that introduced me to rock and roll. My parents weren't super into music. So I listened to like 90s hip hop and stuff like that. And I didn't, you know, I wasn't into the grunge rock that was popular when I was growing up in the 90s, like Nirvana and stuff. It just didn't do it for me. So I wasn't inspired to play guitar until I heard Eruption. And I asked somebody in the store what it was that I was hearing, because I didn't even, you know, my mom didn't know. And they said, oh, that's Van Halen. And so that day after we finished running errands, I said, Mom, you owe it to me to bring me to the Newbury Comics, the record store down the street. And so I bought Van Halen 1 in 1984. And that's when I just decided, oh, I've got to play guitar. You know, that was it. So yeah, big inspiration.
Oh, for sure. That's so cool. Yeah, you wouldn't know by looking at us, but you and I are about the same age, and I wonder if you had a similar experience to me growing up with the music that I love. I think is what you love too, is that classic rock era, which Van Halen is such a big part of. Did that kind of put you out of step with, like, I don't know, your classmates or your friends, you know, or were you also very much into the contemporary music that was around when we were younger?
No, I wasn't into contemporary music except for Metallica. You know, that was big at the time. So I really got into playing Metallica. That's what me and my friends all kind of bonded over. But I was really the hairband lover in our group of friends. Like, you know, having the Motley Crue shirts and all that. So yeah, but you know, all hard rock. You know, all great solos. That's what inspired me to play. You know, Dimebag, Kirk Hammett, all those guys, you know, Marty Friedman, Dave Mustaine, all that stuff inspired me as well.
Oh, okay. So a lot of the metal guys. I mean, were there guitarists from like different eras that you know, maybe didn't inspire you back then, but as you got older and developed your craft, you know, that you found inspiration from?
Definitely. Later on, I really appreciated Jimi Hendrix, who's, you know, the best.
Oh, happy birthday to him today.
Oh, yeah, good point. Okay, all right. Happy birthday, Jimmy. Rest in peace. Yeah. But you know, David Gilmour, Santana, Jimmy Page, you know, Slash. Slash I didn't appreciate till later either. For some reason, even though I loved Guns N' Roses, I didn't really care to learn any of his. I mean, of course, I learned Sweet Child of Mine intro right off the bat, but other than that, I didn't really care about learning any of his solos per se. But the thing that really drew me into Eddie was his swing. I was just actually talking about this to somebody else, and I feel like Warren DeMartini has it too. Another one of my favorites. They just have this kind of this swing. It's not always on the one, and they've got this groove that is just so cool and so smooth.